welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks again for joining us. We're here at the Aurora Medical Center here in Oshkosh, here to talk about kind of a really interesting and important event coming up to look forward to here. I'm with Dr. Bill Weber here at Aurora, and first of all, Dr. Weber, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Sure. What we want to talk about today is a nationally recognized day, first of all, known as Healthcare Decision Day. Can you tell us a little bit, first of all, about that?
Yes, National Healthcare Decision Day was established in 2008 by our government, and it's a day to recognize how important it is for people to make end-of-life care decisions. We at Aurora have had, this will be our third year that we've done something with National Healthcare Decision Day. And the interesting thing about National Healthcare Decision Day is it's always the day after taxes.
Yes.
And the reason for that is because what Ben Franklin said, the only thing for certain is death and taxes. So we got them both on the same
one right
day
after
apart,
the other.
You better believe it.
So it's a really important day, important information that you need to think about as you get older, as you get in your 50s, 60s, and even after you turn 18, as early as that.
I couldn't agree with you more. And that's what's really important, because once you're 18, people that are young feel like they're going to live forever. But people die. They die in accidents, and if you don't have an advance directive, something that somebody else knows what you want, they are at a disadvantage if you're in such a situation where you can't communicate.
Right.
So it's important for all ages. More important, obviously, when you get older. What's also interesting is that in our country, the last time they did a survey, people that were at end of life or on end of life care, only 50% of them had an advance directive. That's kind of sad.
And so what exactly is this advanced life directive thing that you're talking about?
This is a document that you instruct someone else on what you want when you are no longer able to make your own healthcare decisions.
Okay.
So it only takes effect once you're declared non-decisional by two physicians.
Okay.
And then you name an agent, and you can also name an alternate agent, or you can even name two alternate agents.
And when you talk about the agents, it's also important, like you said, that you can name more than one. And it's also kind of important to keep the whole group or your family or whoever your support system might be involved with that.
I could agree with you more. Just to make one point, we had a scheduling problem here at Aurora this year, so we're not having our program on the 16th like we've always had it, but it'll be on the 21st of May. And it won't happen again, because we'll schedule the room right after the current program.
Right after the next event, yes.
We've been calling our program Consider the Conversation, and we adopted that from a film that came out. And what was important about the film was it talked about communication and preparation for end-of-life care. And the film really wasn't about dying as much as it was about living well up to the time of death. So that's what's really important. And it's really important also to have the conversation with your loved ones about what you really desire. Now, our English language isn't perfect, and you can put a lot of stuff on paper, but it doesn't say the whole thing, unless, it just doesn't. And the other thing that happens is that as we get older, or as we develop more diseases, or don't have all the faculties we had once, you
might change your mind.
That's the point I was trying to make. We definitely may change our mind. So you should have the conversation.
Yes.
So the most important person to have the conversation with is with your spouse or your agent. Now, your agent doesn't have to be your spouse. There may be somebody that you think would do better for you, because you want to have somebody that you can trust that will follow the instructions you give that person. But I feel it's equally important, I should say, to have that conversation with everybody. That is, everybody that's close to you. Like, my wife and I had 6 kids, and when we did our durable power of attorney for healthcare, we met with each child separately and talked about our desires, even though only one of the 6 was our agent. But so that everybody knew. Now you could say, is that really important? Well, I can tell you, as a physician who dealt with a lot of people who were at end-of-life care. That it always happens that somebody from the West Coast or the East Coast that hasn't been around for 6 months comes home. The rest of the family is willing to allow the person to die, and that person wants everything done. And it doesn't work out well at all.
So keeping everybody in the loop on the same page.
I couldn't agree more.
Yes, okay.
Now, the other thing that the film, I think the film is really excellent because it gives...
And this film's being shown at the...
Yeah, we'll show
okay.
it. And we'll at least show parts of it and then have a discussion after that. But the film is important because it gives examples of end-of-life care decision-making and how important it is. It also talks about how important it is for physicians to be involved with end-of-life care. We have a panel also, a panel of people that deal with end-of-life care. We have a ICU nurse, we have a nurse involved with hospice care, we have a social worker, a chaplain, and we have an attorney who's involved with senior care.
Okay.
Elder care, I guess
really
he calls it.
all the different aspects.
Plus a physician, so we can handle pretty much all questions. I was amazed the last 2 times we've given this, that the person who got the most questions, who do you think it was?
Oh, the physician.
It was the attorney.
The attorney.
I couldn't believe it, because people were really concerned about the legal aspect of this document and where to go with it and where to put it, and it's kind of important because if you don't, you can do this document on your own. You don't need an attorney to do the document. But what's important is you've got to sign it the right way, you have to have the right witnesses, or it's not considered a legal document, because this is a legal document.
And that's something not everyone necessarily thinks about, you know, when they're making these things.
Unrelated to end-of-life care, but what's really important nowadays is that there are trained facilitators now that you can visit. Most hospitals have them. It doesn't cost you any money. And you can visit them, and they will give you assistance in how to fill out the document, and they'll try to explain to you the disease process, the problems you have and what you might expect, so that you're in a better position to make the decisions you want to make.
Yes. We're just about out of time here, Dr. Weber. If you want to just go ahead and recap this event on Thursday the 21st, what time is it, and is
it'll be at Aurora. It'll be from 6 to 7:30, and it might run a little late. We try to stop it on time because people get a little restless, but it'll be from 6 to 7:30.
And it is free.
And it's free.
Open to the public. Anyone's welcome to come.
You don't have to be someone who's a patient for Aurora. You can be anybody in the city of
all
Oshkosh.
Ages, too.
All ages.
Yes.
But yes, by all means.
Wonderful. And you can find more information on the website. That's aurora.org. So looking forward to coming out to that event and really learning a lot, Dr. Weber. So thank you so much for having us out here today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.